Have you ever had one normal moment and then your brain turns it into a disaster movie? One message, one look, one tiny mistake, and suddenly you are replaying the same scene like it is stuck on a loop. Now think about Japan. People always ask the same thing. Why do they seem calm in crowded places? Why do their streets look so clean? Why do people look focused, even when life is busy? It is not genetics, it is not luck, it is habits. Tiny habits most people ignore. Habits so small, they feel almost too easy, but that is exactly why they work. Today, I'm going to show you 9 tiny Japanese stress habits that stop overthinking in real time. Not in a perfect life, not on a vacation, in the middle of your real day. And stay with me, because near the end, I will give you a 30-second emergency stack you can use when your mind feels completely out of control. I will also share one Japanese phrase that cuts a spiral fast, but only if you say it the right way. First, we need one truth. Overthinking is not only a mind problem, it is a body alarm. When your body feels unsafe, your brain starts scanning for danger. It tries to predict, control, replay, and prepare. That is why thinking harder usually fails. You cannot calm a fire by yelling at the smoke, so we are going to calm the body first, then the mind follows. Let's start where stress often begins. The doorway. Picture this. You get home, you drop your keys, your shoes hit the floor, your brain is still dragging the outside world behind it. Traffic, boss, noise, expectations. Even if you are home, your nervous system is still outside. In many Japanese homes, the entry area is treated like a boundary. Outside stays outside, inside stays inside. So do a tiny boundary reset the moment you enter. If you take off shoes at home, place them neatly so they face the door. Then take one slow breath before you walk deeper into the house. One breath, that is it. If you do not take off shoes at home, do the same idea with one object. Keys go in one spot. Bag gets hung in one place. The goal is a clean, repeatable reset. Your body learns, we crossed the line. We are safe now. Now here is the mistake most people make right after that. They try to calm their mind while their eyes are staring at chaos. A sink full of dishes, a messy table, clothes on a chair. Your brain reads clutter like unfinished danger, so it stays on alert. That is why the next habit is a 2-minute clean. In Japan, many students clean their classrooms. It is normal. It is part of caring for the space you live in. And it works for stress because it turns spinning into finishing. Set a timer for 2 minutes. Pick one tiny zone only. Wipe one surface. Clear one chair. Put away 5 items, then stop on purpose. Do not chase perfect. Chase complete. Overthinking hates unfinished. Finishing something small tells your brain, I can handle things. I can close loops. Now let's open a loop on purpose. Some of you will do that 2-minute clean and still feel wired. You will say, okay, my counter looks better, but my chest still feels tight. That is because your body is still in alert mode and your breathing is still feeding the alarm. So here is the habit that turns the alarm down fast. In Japanese martial arts, people talk about the hara, the lower belly, like a center of steadiness. When you are stressed, you breathe high in the chest, fast and shallow. That tells your body to stay on guard. Put one hand below your belly button. Breathe in through your nose so your hand gently moves out. Then breathe out slow like you are cooling hot soup. Do 3 breaths, not 10. 3. Make the exhale longer than the inhale. That long exhale is the message. The emergency is over. Most people feel the volume drop after the 3rd exhale, like the room gets quieter inside their body. Now let's talk about the fastest trigger of all, your phone. It is 11:48 at night. You get a short text. We need to talk. Or you see a typing bubble, then it disappears. And your brain starts building a whole story in seconds. This is where a Japanese idea called ma helps. Ma means the space between things, the pause. The gap that stops you from reacting too fast. Overthinking grows when you respond in panic, because panic turns guesses into facts. So when you feel the urge to reply right now, pause for 3 slow seconds. Count them in your head. 1, 2, 3. Then ask one question. What do I actually know for sure? Not what you fear, not what you assume, what you know. That question is like turning on a light. It exposes how much of your stress is made of guesses. Here is another retention trick that also helps the viewer. After you ask, what do I know for sure? Do not keep thinking. Do one small action or your brain will jump back into the story. This is where kaizen comes in. Kaizen is a Japanese idea that means small improvement, tiny steps that compound over time. For stress, kaizen is not about hustle, it is about escape. Overthinking is your brain trying to feel in control without taking action. So you give it control through one tiny step. Ask, what is the smallest useful step I can do in the next 2 minutes? 2 minutes only. Open the document and write one line. Put one plate in the sink. Send one clear sentence. Put the appointment in your calendar. Small action changes your state. It moves you from spinning to doing. And doing is where calm starts to grow. Now we reach the part I teased earlier, the phrase that cuts a spiral fast. This one is powerful because it attacks the real problem, fighting what you cannot control. In Japan, there is a phrase, shikata ga nai. It means it cannot be helped. People hear that and think it means give up. It does not. It means stop wasting energy on the unchangeable part. So when you catch yourself replaying the past, trying to control someone's feelings, or arguing with reality, say it once. Shikata ga nai. Then you must add the second sentence, or it will not work. Say, so what can I control next? That second sentence turns acceptance into direction. It cuts the rope, then it points your feet somewhere useful. Now let's deal with a sneaky kind of overthinking. The kind that happens when nothing is wrong, but your mind time travels anyway. Past, future, fake conversations, worst case movies. You feel tired and you have not even moved. This is where ichigo helps. It points to one time, one meeting. This moment will never happen again in the exact same way, so you treat it like it matters and you use it to snap back to the present. Here is how to do it. Pick one small thing and do it like it is the only thing in the world for 60 seconds. Wash your hands and feel the water. Take one bite and actually taste it. Write one paragraph and only that. 1 minute is enough to break the trance, because your brain cannot live in 5 timelines while you force it into one. Now I want to talk about a habit that looks almost too simple, but it is one of the best ways to train calm when you are not in crisis. Because if you only practice calm when you are panicking, it is harder to access it later. Make one warm drink with full attention. Tea is perfect, but any warm drink works. Put the phone down. Listen to the water. Watch the steam rise. Feel the cup in your hands. This is not a fancy ritual. It is training. Your brain learns, I can return to one thing at a time. Then when stress hits, that pathway is already built. Now we are at the last habit, and it is the one that pulls you out of your head when nothing else works. Because sometimes your thoughts are too loud and you cannot think your way out. You have to sense your way out. This is where shinrin yoku comes in, forest bathing. In Japan, it is not about hiking hard. It is about letting nature reset your nervous system, and you do not need a giant forest to use this. Step outside for 2 minutes. Look at something alive, a tree, a plant, even a patch of grass. Then do a simple scan. Notice 3 sounds. Then notice 2 smells. Then notice one thing you can feel on your skin, like breeze, sun, or cool air. Your brain cannot fully spiral while it is doing real sensing. It pulls you out of the story and back into your body. Now, let's close the biggest loop. The 30-second emergency stack. This is for the moment you feel trapped, like your mind is racing and you cannot grab the wheel. First, do 3 lower belly breaths with slow exhales like cooling soup. Second, do the 3-second ma pause and ask, what do I know for sure? Third, say shikata ga nai. Then ask, what can I control next? Breath, pause, sort, under 30 seconds. It will not solve your whole life, but it will stop the spiral long enough for you to choose your next move. Here is how you make this real. Do not try all 9 today. Pick the one that matches your trigger. If stress hits when you come home, use the doorway reset. If clutter makes your brain loud, do the 2-minute clean. If your body feels wired, do the belly breathing. If messages trigger you, use the pause. If you are stuck on what you cannot control, use the 2-sentence cutter. If you keep time traveling, use the 1-minute focus. If your thoughts are too loud, use the nature scan. And if you want to train calm before stress hits, make the warm drink your practice. Try this for 7 days. Every time you catch yourself spiraling, do one of these habits before you keep thinking. Not after, before. Because the goal is not to win an argument with your mind. The goal is to change your state. If you want, tell me in one word which tool you are starting with. Doorway, clean, breath, pause, kaizen, shikata, ichigo, tea, or nature. And if you want more videos like this, with tiny Japanese habits you can actually use in real life, subscribe.